Welcome to avibeabove, your space for deep healing, vibrant energy, and powerful transformation. Here, we explore holistic wellness, sound healing, mindset shifts, and the path to your future self. Every episode is designed to help you tap into the wisdom of your body, elevate your energy, and expand into the version of you that feels fully aligned. Through ancient practices, modern insights, and grounded guidance, you'll uncover the tools that create lasting change, inside and out. You're here to rise, to heal, and to step boldly into the life that's waiting for you. So let's dive in. Welcome back to avibeabove. I'm your host, Dawn Ranieri, and I am excited for you to join me on this new episode. I want to talk about something that's been quietly tugging at me. It's this idea that summer ends on Labor Day. You've probably heard it your whole life. School starts, the pool closes, and suddenly we're told it's time to shift into fall mode. But the thing is, it's not true. Not energetically, not seasonally, and not spiritually. The actual end of summer is the autumn equinox, which usually lands around September 22nd. That's when the earth makes her shift. That's when the light balances and the season truly turns. But we've been conditioned to follow man-made timelines, ones that don't reflect nature and often don't reflect our own inner rhythm either. And when we buy into those timelines, we start rushing transitions. We override our intuition. We disconnect from the medicine that's still available in this present moment. Late August and early September is still summer. It's a time of ripening, of reflection, and of integration. It's not the time to sprint into productive or force clarity. It's the time to listen, to soften, to let what's been growing inside you settle and take root. I see this especially with parents and kids right now. The back-to-school energy is real, and it's intense. But your nervous system doesn't care what the calendar says. It cares how you feel. And if you're feeling stretched, scattered, or like you're being pulled into a season you're not ready for, you're not alone. This episode is an invitation to pause, to question the stories we've inherited, to reclaim your rhythm. Because your future self doesn't follow artificial timelines. They move with nature. They listen inward. And they lead from alignment. So take a breath with me. Let it be slow. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time. Let's begin. You know, it's not just Labor Day. That's one example. But it's part of a much bigger pattern. We've inherited so many timelines, so many rules about when things are supposed to begin, end, shift, or accelerate. And most of them are not rooted in nature. They're rooted in systems, in productivity, and in control. So think about it. January 1st is supposed to be the fresh start. Monday is the reset. Fall is for hustle. Spring is for blooming. Even the idea that we should feel a certain way at a certain time, energized, focused, grateful, it's all mapped out for us. And we rarely stop to ask, does this actually feel true for me? I've had seasons where my body wanted to rest in spring, when everything around me was shouting growth. I felt more creative in the dead of winter, when the world was still telling me to slow down. And I've had Augusts like this one, where I'm still integrating, still ripening, still not ready to leap into the next thing. But when we follow those inherited timelines without checking in, we create friction. We override our own rhythm. We start to feel behind, out of sync, disconnected, not because we're doing something wrong, but because we're trying to match a rhythm that was never ours to begin with. And right now, with the world buzzing, school starting, schedule shifting, fall marketing already in full swing, it's easy to get swept up. But you don't have to match that pace. You can choose a different rhythm. You can choose to move with nature, not against it. You can choose to listen inward, even when everything outside is telling you to speed up. So I want to invite you to reflect. What stories have you inherited about time, productivity, about worth? What seasonal scripts are you still following, even if they don't feel aligned? And what would it look like to release them? Your future self isn't waiting for permission. They are already living in alignment. They're listening to their own rhythm, and they are inviting you to join them. So now that we've named the stories, those timelines we inherited, the seasonal scripts we've absorbed, what do we do with them? Well, it starts with noticing. Noticing when we're rushing because we think we should. When we're planning out of fear or trying to match a pace that doesn't feel natural. Noticing when we're overriding our own rhythm in a favor of someone else's. This kind of noticing isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It happens in the quiet moments when you feel resistance to your calendar, when your body asks for rest but your mindset insists on productivity. When you sense that you're being pulled into a season that you're not ready for. That's the invitation. Not to fix anything, but just to pause and ask, what season am I actually in? And I don't mean the one outside your window. I mean the one inside your body, your energy, and your life. Maybe you're still in summer, still ripening, still integrating, still soft. Maybe you're in a personal fall, ready to release, to shed, and to let go. Maybe you're in winter, quiet, internal, listening. Or maybe you're blooming into spring, even if the world says otherwise. There's no wrong answer, only your answer. And when you begin to honor that, something shifts. You stop trying to match the world's rhythm and you start aligning with your own. You stop rushing transitions and start listening to what's actually true for you. This is where simple practices can help. Journaling, for example, can be a mirror. You might ask, what season am I in emotionally? What's asking to be honored right now? What am I ready to release? And what am I ready to receive? If you're someone who likes structure, you can create a rhythm map, a gentle framework, a way of moving through your week, your month, your season, based on how you actually feel and not how you're supposed to feel. It's a way of saying, I trust myself to know what I need. And if you have tools you love, like frequency sessions, meditation, movement, time in nature, this is a beautiful moment to lean into them. And it's not to escape anything, but instead to return home, to come home to your own rhythm. Because the truth is, you don't need to match the world's timeline. You just need to honor your own. So now that we've explored the stories we've inherited and the rhythms we've been conditioned to follow, I want to offer you something more experiential. Because awareness is powerful, but embodiment is where the shift really happens. And you don't need any complicated rituals or a perfectly curated morning routine to access it. You just need a few quiet moments to reconnect with yourself. So let's begin with a simple meditation. You can do this wherever you are, sitting, lying down, walking through your space, but please do not be driving. And there's no right way to arrive, only your way. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fill your belly. Hold it gently for a moment and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw unclench. Let your body know it's safe to be here. Now I want you to imagine your future self standing a few steps ahead of you. They are moving with clarity, with ease, with trust in their own timing. Notice how they feel in their body. Notice the rhythm of their breath. Notice the way they hold space for themselves. Ask them silently or aloud, what season am I in right now? What do I need to honor? What am I ready to release? What am I ready to receive? And just let the answers come gently. You don't need to force them or to analyze them. Just listen and just allow. And I'm going to give you a few seconds. So when you're ready, take another breath. Let it be slow. Thank yourself for showing up, for listening, for questioning, and for choosing alignment over autopilot. If you want to deepen this practice, you might journal what came through. You might take a walk and let answers settle in your body. Or maybe light a candle, pull a card, or simply sit in silence for a few minutes. Whatever feels nourishing and true for you. So as we wrap up today's conversation, I want to leave you with this reminder. You are allowed to move at your own pace. You are allowed to honor the season you're in, even if it doesn't match the one the world is pushing. You are allowed to listen inward, to trust the rhythm, and to choose alignment over urgency. If this episode stirred something in you, if you're feeling the pull to move differently, to relieve the pressure, to reconnect with your future self, I'd love to support you. Whether you're navigating stress, struggling with sleep, or simply craving more clarity and focus, there are tools and practices that can help you feel more like yourself again. For those that aren't local, I offer virtual future self coaching as well as frequency sessions. These are customized to meet you exactly where you are, emotionally, physically, and energetically, and can support everything from mood regulation to mental clarity and gentle detox. And if you are nearby or able to visit me in person here in Delco, PA, I offer immersive sessions that combine brain tap, Healy, light therapy. You'll relax in a zero gravity chair while your system receives exactly what it needs, whether that's deep restoration, emotional release, better sleep, or support for focus and productivity. And I also work with kids as well as adults. You don't have to know exactly what you need. You just have to be willing to listen. I'd be honored to help you tune in. You can learn more at avibeabove.com or reach out to me directly if you're curious. I'm here to walk with you gently, intuitively, and in alignment with your rhythm. So please enjoy the rest of your summer and keep rising above. Many blessings.